Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. So today we'll come across with our next topic, that is Argand plane. You call it as Argand plane. Now what is this Argand plane in your complex number? Now you have studied about your number line. Yes, what you'll do, marking your points on your graph. Now suppose you have a point here 0, 1. Okay, here you have suppose something 2, 3. Here you get 3, 0. Okay, here somewhere you have with this point -2, -1. Okay, like this you get points, right? Here suppose you have -2, 3. Suppose if I take this as A, B point, C, whatever I'll mark, D, this point E. You know this to point, right? You know this to mark it, to plot the points on the graph paper or anything. So in your real numbers, you know like this to plot the points, right? Wherever we tell it's some points, you know you have to plot it in your xy plane, right? In your xy plane, you know to plot some xy points, your ordered pair of your real numbers. In the same way, your complex number, how is your complex number given? Yes, complex number, how it is given? X plus iy. Yes, it is given as x plus iy. So this corresponds to the ordered pair. How? This ordered pair is x, y. This I can take as p, right? So this x, y corresponds to your ordered pair in your xy plane. Okay, in your xy plane. Like this, the same way in your complex numbers also, when they will give in the form of complex, your x and your y plays as your ordered pair. So whenever if they give some complex numbers, for example, now you have 2 plus 4i. This corresponds to the ordered pair. What corresponds to this? 2, 4, right? 2, 4. 2 plus 4i corresponds to ordered pair. You call this as ordered pair. These terms are called as ordered pair, right? Because they are written in ordered. Order means how? First x axis and then your y axis number, and they are written in pair with bracket. Okay, and which bracket this is? This is open bracket, but here you don't tell open, closed at all, but here you represent it in such a way. Understood what I am telling? Suppose if you have -2 plus 3i, so this ordered pair will be what? -2, 3. So that's what we gonna study about this. Okay, what is this? Plane having complex number assigned to each its point is called complex plane in Argand. Okay, complex plane or Argand plane we call. The same number will be same in a complex number only, but you have to do it in a ordered pair and geometrically you plot it. So what is your Argand plane or complex number tells? The plane having this, you can take it as a definition of your Argand plane. The plane having a complex number assigned each of the point is called your complex plane or Argand plane. Okay, the Argand plane, in Argand plane, okay, the modulus of complex number, modulus how it is given of this? Root of x square plus y square, right? Modulus it is given like this one, right? Mod z, how we write? Root of x square plus y square. Okay, this is what it is, the distance between the points p x, y and the origin. Distance formula how we give? I have even shown you distance is d is equal to root of x minus 0 the whole square plus y minus 0 the whole square. We give it like this, right? Now here x minus 0, what you get? X only. So x square plus y minus 0 is y only, y square. So this is in short your distance, right? Distance between the point and the origin. So that's what. So directly modulus we write as root of x square plus y square. Now we have again some points. Points on x axis. Okay, whatever the points on x axis corresponds to the complex number of the form a plus I0. A plus I0 means this part will be your negative, your y axis part will be negative. This say, I mean sorry, not negative, it will be a 0. the same, the points on your y axis, okay, the points on your y axis corresponds to the complex numbers of the form 0 plus ib. When it is x axis, yes, when it is on x axis, your y term will be 0, when it is on y axis, your x term will be 0, right? It happens in the same way, right? And then what it calls the x axis and the y axis, if you want you can mark this also, in Argand plane are called what? Real axis and imaginary axis. This is your real axis and this is your imaginary axis, okay. When you are representing your real axis, your imaginary part will be 0. When you are representing your imaginary axis, your real part will be 0. Now, the representation of your complex number and its conjugate. Now, the complex number, for complex number, suppose that is equal to x plus iy, its conjugate is what? X minus iy. So, in Argand plane, its points are what? Now, if I take this as p, this point is x comma y, and conjugate, suppose if I take q, any point. So, this is what? X comma minus y, right? X comma minus y, like this we write the points. Geometrically, how it is represented, we will see. So, same, now geometrically if they are telling me to represent, now this is our O, suppose our point is here somewhere, P x comma y, okay. So, same q x comma minus y will be, see your x is here, x suppose here somewhere minus y. So, this is q x comma minus y, right. So, you can see the point x comma minus y, it is the mirror image of the point P of x comma y on the real axis, right. This imaginary axis, okay, it is the mirror image of your point P comma xy, or vice versa, you can tell it. If I join it, see, if I join the lines, I have joined it, you can see these are mirror image. So, you can conclude that here on L, right, the point x comma minus y is the, here shall I write? Here I will write, okay, mirror image of point x comma y on the, this is real axis, right, on the real axis. Why? Because both are positives, right, both are positive, they are real axis, okay. This is only your Argand plane. One more is their polar representation, but that also, as I have said you, they have at the start right now they have said few topics have reduced. So, polar representation falls in that topic. Officially yet again I am telling you, it has not been announced. Later on still we will see, we will try to take up all the topics whichever they have said it is reduced from your syllabus during this pandemic situation, okay. First we will just cope up with all the things which is there for right now, so that it will be easy for us, okay. If later on if they tell what all we have given the syllabus, that is only the true, then it will be well and good for us. So, first I will cover up all that portion, then later on we will go on with the things which have been reduced and which I have not taught all, okay. So, we will see exercise 5.2. See 5.2 what it is telling, find the modulus and the arguments of each of the complex numbers. As your arguments right now, it does not lie, right now we have not gone through it. So, we will not hold this, we will just see the modulus. See which all topics I am teaching, just keep it in your mind that I am teaching on the basis of which they have said the reduced syllabus, okay, for time being, as they have announced, because officially they have not said yet. If officially they announce, then we are perfect with the syllabus. If they do again some ups down, then whatever part is there which I have not taught being in the syllabus also, that parts I will cover up later, okay. So, if I am touching anything, any chapter, any topic, just put it in your mind straight that this all right now they have just kept in syllabus, which all I have not taught, including if it is in your textbook, in your syllabus, think that for this situation they have removed it, okay, for time being. Later if it is there means I will only tell you and I will teach you, Okay, so again and again, don't gonna ask me, ma'am, you have not taught this, whether this is there, whether that is there. Don't go to ask. Okay, I'll just update you. Now in this you have just 2 questions, in that I'll just solve, one obvious and one will be for your homework part. So which we will do? We will do second one. So the second one question is minus root 3 plus I. Z we have. Modulus of Z, how it is found? How we do? Modulus Z, modulus, you should know this lines, this 2 straight lines is known as modulus, and how it is given, root of x square plus y square. This is it in the form of x plus iy? Yes, it is in the form of x plus iy. So what is x here? Here x is minus root 3. See, don't leave your minus sign. When positive it is, we don't hold that plus, because we know when nothing is there it is positive, but when negative is there you have to take that sign. Okay, so root of your x is what here? Minus root 3. So minus root 3 square it is, right? So whole square plus your y. See here I, just alone I means it has 1, right? This is 1 I, so y is 1 square. Here only I'll write minus square is your positive, root 3 square, this get cancelled, so it is 3 plus 1 square is 1, 3 plus 1 is a root 4. So therefore modulus you have got root 4, and root 4 square root is 2, right? So therefore modulus of z is 2. Okay, so the modulus of your z minus root 3 plus I, it is 2. Understood how you have to solve? It is 1 marks question, so you can do it easily. First one, take it as your homework. Take this question as your homework. Z is equal to minus 1 minus I root 3. Okay, take this as your homework. Now comes your quadratic equations. See, in your previous class, your quadratic equations, right? This only, right? Where your what you tell this degree is 2. 2 means you hold it in your quadratic equation. If it is 3, you hold it in your cubic equation. If nothing is there, you hold it in your linear equation, right? This is only your partition of linear, quadratic, cubic. So what you have studied in your quadratic equations, you have studied this. How you do? You find the square roots, and what you have studied, discriminant. Okay, its discriminant is non-negative. You have studied now. Discriminant is non-negative. Non-negative means that is, it is greater than or equal to 0. See, greater than or equal to 0 is also said as non-negative. So whenever they are telling non-negative, which means it is positive or equal to. Your discriminant is what? B square minus 4ac. Yes, this part you have studied. You have not studied about negative. In your previous, for your quadratic equation, your discriminant is non-negative. You have studied. How you do? If you had any quadratic equation, you would multiply first a coefficient with c coefficient, right? And you used to check what roots you would get. 2 roots you would get to tally it with your b. Yes, where it is positive, negative. Now suppose 6 you are getting. Here you have 2, here you have 3. You are getting something. 6 you are getting when you multiply a and c. So its root you would find how 2 into 3. Then you would split up the equation. You have studied like this. When it is when you can factorize easily, but when you can't factorize it, when you're not getting only factors, with factors you're not able to solve this real numbers. Obvious, as we have studied our complex numbers, like where negative part comes. Now for your x square plus 1, the solution was minus 1. So that all lies in your complex numbers, right? With the help of complex number, we solved that equation. In the same way, in your quadratic equation also, when the discriminant is negative, how you have to solve, that we will see. Let us assume that your discriminant, this is called as discriminant, is negative. So we know that your negative part means it lies in your set of complex numbers, and we have done its solution also. So for this also, the solution will be, so for solution for this term would be, you have to remember this formula, x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. This is your solution. even you can write it as minus b plus or minus root of 4ac minus b square I divided by 2a. It falls in your set of complex numbers. In set of your complex number, the solutions are available in such a way. To remember this, you first check, right, your discriminant is positive or negative. If it is positive, directly you can factorize by having, because you get factors here. When it is negative, you don't get the factors, then you have to go like this. You have to find your solution in such a way, where in this a, b, c coefficients, right, here your a will not be equal to 0. Here a should not be equal to 0. Why? Because see, it is in the denominator, and if it is 0 means the whole thing will be not defined. Understood? By problematic part, I will explain you. As you are studying about your quadratic, means always you get 2 roots, right? Here also when you do directly factorize, you would get 2 values of x, 2 roots we call it, right? In this also, here you might be interested like how many roots can we get in this when it is negative. So that you have one theorem like a polynomial equation has at least one root, means at least one root it is having only. But here if they ask you for the roots, what you have to do is, see here it is plus also and minus sign, plus minus, both you will be writing. But later if they are telling you to write the roots, first with plus sign you have to write x is equal to, you have to just split it, x with plus and then one more x with same, just here it will be minus, that's it. Okay, you can take this, a polynomial equation of degree n has how much, n roots. The degree will be how much, based on that roots, really, right? Now here in your quadratic, your n, your order is what, 2, so you get 2 roots. So in the same way, if it is n degree, then roots also you will get nth roots. Okay, now we have one question, solve x square plus 2 equal to 0, they have given equation. So we know this how we have to solve, right? X square plus 2 equal to 0, so x square will be, if I take plus 2 here, it becomes minus 2 here only. So then x will be what, x will be your plus or minus root minus 2, right? When here square, when you are taking it to your next number, it goes to the root, or else how it comes root, I have said you, squaring on the both side. If you do squaring on both the side, what you get, x square whole square, this will be root of minus 2, this square gets, and here you get 2. Okay, like this also you can do squaring, but we go, this is very easy, like you understand it. When you have square and you have your opposite, means if you are finding your just x value, this becomes your root, that's it. Remember like that, don't go to again write all this. And when you are doing in your root values always has 2, that is plus or minus, it will be both in plus or minus. So you get x is equal to plus or minus root minus 2, right? Here minus, now root of minus you have, this doesn't gives any value, right? So how we do, your minus is given as root 2 I, yes, your root of minus 1 is I, right? So your x value is plus or minus root 2 I. Whenever in root you are getting a minus sign, that you have to take it as a I, simple. Okay, 1 marks question it is. Just pause the video to note it down. Okay, one more question I have taken, solve root 5 x square plus x plus root 5 equal to 0. So if such question comes, how you will do? There directly, so you did directly, you got your solution in your previous one. Like this, if you have, we find our discriminant, right? First in your real numbers quadratic equations you do, right? First you check for discriminant. Our discriminant is what, b square minus 4ac. We will check this whether we are getting positive or negative. Positive means we directly factorize it. If it is negative, we go with our formula, we have right formula. So we will see our discriminant, what we are getting here. Directly, if you don't want to write here, just note what is your a. Here a is what, here root 5, b is equal to 1, c is equal to root 5 again. Okay, a b c full you are getting. So we will check in our discriminant what we have, b square. Our b is what, 1. So this becomes 1 square minus 4 a into c. What is a? Root 5. What is c? Same again, root 5. Okay. So 1 square is 1 minus 4. 4 you first keep. Root 5 into root 5 is 5, right? Root 5 into 5, what you get? Root of 5 square. Root of 5 square is 25 and root 25 is 5 only. So this you should know. Here also your phi, how it is written in your square root, if they tell means it is root 5 into root 5 is your phi only. How come? See, phi into phi. Phi into phi is what? 25 and root of 25 is 5. So of your whole numbers, your root will be what? 2 times you are doing the root. Okay, of your whole numbers, anything it is, instead of going all these steps, you should know that phi is in root, how it will come? 2 times, root 5 into root 5. And if root 5 is there, means directly you should know it is a whole number. In the same way, if you have root 3 into root 3, you should know that it is 3 directly. Okay. So root 5 into root 5 is 5. So you are getting 1 minus 4 5s are 20. So here you see 1 minus 20, you are getting 19. So b square minus 4 is, you are getting minus 19, which is your negative. So therefore this solution we will solve. Therefore the solution, these solutions are, because plus minus we get, right? Solutions are x is equal to, what is the solution? Minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. This is the solution. Okay. What is our b? Minus b is 1, right? Same, plus or minus b root b square minus 4ac. Again don't write the same, because here already we have got. Okay, here already you have got. If you are not finding here, then directly you can apply this formula, and here also separately b square is 1 square minus 4 into root 5 you can write. Here already we have done what we have got, minus 19 by 2. A is what? A is root 5. So here you can see root minus 1 it is. So root minus 1, how I can take? Root 19 minus 1, I can take it as I, and this is 2 root 5. So the x, here finally you are getting minus 1 plus or minus root 19 I 2 root 5. Why we tell it as solutions? Because I have said here plus minus 2 roots it is, right? 2 1 separate roots there. So we tell solutions. Understood how you have to solve? When you have a, b, c, 3 also, and you are getting negative, you have to use your the formula. If you are getting positive, positive means obvious, you can factorize it directly, which you have done in your 10th standard. Directly you can factorize it. In your upper cases, in your further parts, you will be knowing that. I guess even this formula also you have studied in your 10th, right? But when it is negative, when it comes, how you have to do, you had not known it. You have just done of your positive. Positive, this only formula you have applied, but when negative has come, what you have done? You didn't understand, right? For your negative, you have to take just I. Now we will solve the exercise part. Yes. Exercise 5.3. Solve each of the following equations it is telling. So I have taken the question 3, that is x squared plus 3x plus 9. So how we have to do? Now just now in an example I have shown you, we have to check our discriminant, right? See, in your further, in your higher studies, when you have the quadratic equation, that time it depends on you, like how you solve it. One way is your factorization, right? Another is your taking this equation. Factorization and equation, when you do it, factorization is seeing the equation, you will understand. Now you see here you get 9, right? Here 1 into 9 is 9. Now 9 factors will you get? You have to see the middle number also. Now middle number is 3. So you should get such factors that if you add, you should get 3, and if you multiply, you should get 9. 3 into 3 is 9, but you don't get the middle number as a 3, right? So at that moment, you will go to this equation. Understood why these equations have been come out? I guess you have studied this, not guess, you have studied in your SSLC part, where factorization doesn't apply, means you come to the equation, right? Understood? But right now, what we are doing? We are doing in our complex numbers, so we have to apply our equations. So b square minus 4 is a discriminant we are checking. Write your ABC for your great clarification, or else it's no need if you understand directly. So your b is what? 3, so this becomes 3 square minus 4, a is 1, c is 9. So 3 square is 9, minus 4 ones are 4, 4 nines are is 36, and 9 minus 36 you get minus 27, right? So you have got, therefore b square minus 4ac you have got minus 27, which is your negative. Therefore the solutions are x is equal to, what is the equation? Minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. So your b is what? 3, minus sign here is there, so it becomes minus 3 plus or minus root. Your b square minus 4ac we have got minus 27 whole divided by 2, a is your 1. 27, even you can split it. Here shall I write? Here only. Minus 3 plus or minus root 27 you should write, because your minus root minus 1 becomes your I, 2 ones are 2. So 27 you can split into 9 into 3, right? So that you get your 9 square root, minus 3 plus or minus 9 into 3 I whole divided by 2. So here 9 square root is what? 3. So 3 comes out and remains on the 1 3 inside. So minus 3 plus or minus you get 3 root 3i whole divided by 2. Yes. So your x solutions you have got minus 3 plus or minus 3 root 3i divided by 2. Okay. Pause the video to note it down. Next question, sixth one I have taken, x square minus x plus 2. So solution same, write your v, have your discriminant, your ABC. Now substitute, your b is what? Minus 1 square, minus 4, a is 1, 2, c is 2. So minus 1 square you get 1, minus 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. So 1 minus 8 you are getting 7, so minus 7, that is b square minus 4ac you are getting minus 7, which is negative. So therefore find the solution. So write down this solution. Your b is minus, your b is what? Minus 1, minus 1 plus or minus root of b square minus 4 square you have got minus 7, and 2, a is also 1. So you will get minus minus plus, plus or minus root 7 I divided by 2. So your x value is 1 plus or minus root 7 I whole divided by 2. Okay, I hope it's clear. Next is your eighth one, root 3 x square minus root 2 x plus 3 root 3. 3 root 3. Okay, sometimes it happens, slip of the tongue. Manage students. Okay. Solution given, write your discriminant of the equation, b square minus 4ac, write your a, b, c. Substitute, what is your b? It is minus root 2, root 2 square minus 4, a is your root 3 and c is your 3 root 3, right? Now minus becomes your plus, root 2 square becomes 2, right? So this becomes 2 minus 4 3s are 12, root 3 into root 3 is also again 3, right? So you get 12 3s are, so 12 3s is how much? 36. So 2 minus 36 is minus 34, right? Be careful enough when you have a root, and here also see multiplying, be careful. I have said you root 3 into root 3 is again 3, 3 3s are 9, 4 9s are 36. So 2 minus 36 you are getting minus 34. So therefore b square minus 4ac you are getting minus 34, which is negative. So now at the end you have to find the solutions. That's it, simple. It's very very simple. So your solution, write down your equation. Your b is what? It is minus root 2. So minus of minus root 2 plus or minus b square minus ac, you have got minus 34 by 2, a is your root 3. Minus minus becomes plus, so root 2 plus or minus root 34, your root minus becomes your I whole divided by this becomes 2 root 3. can leave it here or check whether 34 comes under such things where you can take a root. For 34 I don't think so anything comes, so this is the solution of your 8th one. Pause the video to note it down, students. Your 9th one question, x square plus x plus 1 by root 2 whole square. Write down the same everything, again I am not explaining. Your b is what? 1 minus 4, a is your 1, c is your 1 by root 2. So 1 square is 1 minus 4 ones are 4, and here you are getting root 2. So you are getting here like this. This we can cancel out, right? Because 4 how I can split 2 into 2, and again 1 2 I can split into root 2. I will show you. Minus 4 how I can write 2 into 2 divided by root 2, right? And I have said you root 2 into root 2 becomes your one whole number. So 1 minus, in any of this 1 I can split into root 2 2 by 2. So sorry, this is root 2. So 1 root 2 get cancels, and I will be left with 1 minus 2 root 2. Okay, you get like this. So this how I can write like this, minus 2 root 2 minus 1. I can multiply my minus sign, I can take minus common. Why? Because we have to apply the formula, right? We have to make it negative, we have to show it. So what we have done, I have taken minus outside, 2 root 2 minus 1. How's here? If I take here minus, minus 2 root 2 minus 2 root 2, I will get minus into minus plus 1. So plus 1 only, same I will get the same answer. I can do like this, because first term I am keeping here positive only, so I am taking minus sign outside. If you do anything, your 1 minus 2 root 2, you can't separate it, right? So like this we are writing, so that you understand this is negative. So your solutions how it is, x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. What is your minus? B is your 1 plus or minus b square minus 4ac, you have got minus 2 root 2 minus 1. So minus 2 root 2 minus 1 whole divided by 2, a is your 1. So you get minus 1 plus or minus your root minus 1, I can take it as I, right? So I will be left with 2 root 2 minus 1 into I whole divided by 2 ones are 2. Understood why I had taken minus as a common here? See, if you take minus common also, at the last you are coming up with your same solution what you have got. So if you take minus sign common, it is nothing harm, because at the end you are ending up to the same. If you multiply, you can see same you are getting, just in some another technique we are writing it, that's it. Just because so that we can form the solution which they are asking us, that's it. Okay, you have to mold yourself accordingly what the question is asking. So this ends your complex and quadratic equations chapter. I hope it's clear for you. It's very easy. So do it, write down in your notes. Next class we'll start with our next topic. Okay, thank you, take care.